Hello YouTube friends, and welcome to Soft Spoken Video Game Collection number 2. So if you've been following my channel for a while, will probably know that the Soft Spoken Video Game Collection video I made, which was my second video ever, is by far my most popular video on my channel. And so people have been always asked me to do a follow-up video to that one, and I always meant to, and then of course I disappeared for a couple of years, and now that I'm back I thought it more than appropriate that I celebrate my return to actively posting to my YouTube channel with number 2 of video game collection commentary. So I'm going to start off then with Resident Evil 4, which is, if you've watched my other video, you know this is the very first game I ever played. I played it on the Wii, and it, so when it came out on the Xbox One, I bought myself an Xbox One. When it came out for the Xbox One, of course, I went and bought a copy of it. Let's see. Now, over the years, everyone knows they've all cheaped out on these games, so there's like nothing in here besides a disc. I have not finished playing this yet on the Xbox One console. It took a little bit to get used to controls, but it's one of these games that I sort of play in between playing newer games. You know, while I'm waiting for something I want to play to drop to a price that I want to pay for it, I'll play this. And but I will say though that the very first village in that game, I can tell I've actually improved as a gamer, because the very first village in that game, I must have been murdered 50 times easily in the first time I played this, while I was learning to basically play the game. And on this version of the game, even with getting used to the controls of the Xbox One instead of using the Wii controller, which makes it so easy to play this game, I didn't get killed at all in that first village, so I'm very proud of myself for that. So I can't wait to kind of finish it and, you know, get all my weapons upgraded, and so I can go through the game mowing down zombies and villages like a badass. Alright, so Resident Evil 4. Here we go. Now, also in my other video, I had talked about Resident Evil 5. I had lost the disc for Resident Evil 5, and I never did find it. I don't know what happened to it. Probably my niece took the game and never brought it back. It was probably in her Xbox 360 when she moved out. So I bought this as soon, well, I don't know when I bought it, not too long ago. I think I got this in Resident Evil 4 at the same time, actually. So I haven't played it because I've been working on other games, and I knew I wanted to have it because I did really enjoy this game. I'm going to open it right now for you. So the thing about, I'm wondering, is that with I saved all my games on the Xbox 360. I don't have cloud saves at all. So I'm wondering if I went and saved, if I reset my 360 back up and went and saved it to the cloud, would I be able to, oh, okay, we got it. Would I be able to pick up where I left off? Because I had gone through the game a couple of times. I've got like the infinite ammo weapon, and, you know, it's fun to go through the game as a badass instead of a crying, sniveling wimp. I like to just get these stickers off. So, I don't know, are the saves cross-compatible? You'll have to tell me. Alright, Okay, so I bought this brand new and there's no booklet or anything, and I hate that. It's like, the games are ridiculously expensive, and you're getting all this money for re-releasing them over and over again. The least they could do is put a book in it. I mean, it's not like they've already made them. All they need to do is print them. Alright, so that's my Resident Evil 5. Here we go. Okay, next up for Resident Evil. Resident Evil 2 Revelations. I'm sorry for the glare. I'm trying to figure out the best lighting here. Let's see. Oh, that's better. Okay, so we're gonna go. I got a little daylight today, which is nice. Let me see if I turn this light off as well. Alright, that's a little too dark. So we'll put that back on. Okay, I think that looks okay. So, Resident Evil Revelations, the first game, I believe I bought that as a digital version. I don't think I ever had the package for it. And I actually think I had that game on my DS as well. I know I had a couple of Resident Evil games on the Nintendo DS, and okay, I'm trying to remember. I can't remember. So a little bit of a tragedy occurred sometime during the last 3 years. I lost my Animal Crossing Nintendo, and not only did I lose the Nintendo, I lost like half a dozen games that I had been carrying around with it. I had gone to Ireland with my mother for a family wedding, and I don't know, someplace, I think I lost it someplace. We stayed, or it got stolen. I don't know. We were staying in a house with a whole bunch of people. It's possible it was stolen. A lot of people had seen me with it, but I don't really know, and I've never had the heart to replace it. I miss my little Pop-Tart of a Animal Crossing game console, and I miss playing my little Animal Crossing game. It was so relaxing, and that was the one thing I did play quite a bit while I was in Yellowstone, because it was easy to carry around if I was going out of town. But anyway, some of the games I lost were the Resident Evil games that I had been carrying in the little packaging. So I'm pretty sure I played Revelations on both the Xbox 360 and the DS. And this, alright, so Revelations 2, and I can't remember if the first game was set up the same way, but I know this was like one of those episodic games that I think you downloaded once a month or once a week or whatever on Xbox, and I never did that, of course. I bought this recently. It was like $10. I've only played the first episode, and then I, picked up some other game to play. I know... I'm trying to think now. Oh yeah, so one of the things I want to say, I know this game came out while I was in Yellowstone, and the reason that I hadn't played it earlier was because I didn't really play video games while I was in Yellowstone. I was there for about 2 years, and there were so many other things to be doing besides sitting in my room, playing video games or making videos for YouTube. I was out all the time, a lot of times on my weekends. If I wasn't exploring in the park, I left the park to go, some other place in Montana or Wyoming. So I had brought both a PS3 with me and my Xbox 360 with me to the park, and PS3 never even got unboxed while I was there, and the Xbox 360, I probably used it a couple of times in 2 years. So I'm hoping that my neighbors who are out in their yard right now aren't being too loud. I can hear them. Can you hear them? Oh, okay, so I missed the peace and solitude of Yellowstone quite a bit, but that's Resident Evil Revelations 2. Alright, so what will I go to next? Okay, let's take a look at, and I even made a list of games I wanted to talk about that I don't have with me. And so one of the reasons this pile that you see is much smaller than my previous pile of games is because of the Xbox One. Once I get the Xbox One, I pretty much packed up most of my 360 games. I put them in these sleeves, and I did this to a lot of my movie collection as well. Like, it's one of these things I've been working on to sort of reduce how much stuff I have, and so I got rid of a ton of movies, and the ones that I didn't get rid of, I put in sleeves like this. So you see, I'm sorry for moving the camera like that. The nice thing about it, and I talked about this game in my previous video, but I didn't have it to show. So this game, Saboteur, is a disc, and then you can just pop this in the front. It looks nice. I haven't done this with my Xbox One games, so those are all in the slim cases still, but all of the 360 games that I actually still have are in these sleeves. And the thing about this is that when I play games, if I'm playing a new game, if I bought a game on new release, and after playing it, I think that I'm not going to play that game again anytime soon, I usually will just turn around and resell it on Amazon so I can buy a new game. So a lot of games that I've played in the meantime, from that video to this video, are just, I don't even have them anymore. And some of them I'm planning on repurchasing. Like one of the games I don't have on my, I've got it on my little list here, is Metro Last Light. In my previous video about my video game collection, I talked about how Metro 2033 is one of my favorite games. Well, of course, I purchased Metro Last Light and I played that. I did really enjoy it, not as much as the first game. But I enjoyed it a lot, and then, at the time it was still going for a really decent price on Amazon after I sold it, after I played it, so I thought, oh, I'm just going to sell it back, and I can always rebuy it again later. And that's what I'm planning on doing, is I'll buy that collection that has both games in it, because I would like to revisit 2033 on the Xbox One, so eventually I'll get that set that comes with both games. So alright, and for the moment what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch consoles. As if you're sitting here, you're probably thinking, talk about The Last of Us, talk about The Last of Us. So here's The Last of Us. I bought a PS3, and I bought the PS3 that came with The Last of Us, and I think it was Batman Arkham Asylum. It's one of the Batman games, so it came with 2 games. So what I did for this was, all it came with, of course, was the little slide thing that the games are packed in when you purchase the console. So all it has is just this little flyer thing, and that, but they fit pretty well in. Let me see. Pretty well. Okay, this is awkward with my hands. Alright, now I can't get it back in there. Now I can't get it back in there. Alright, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to put it back in the sleeve. Okay. I'll just stick that behind there. Okay, so The Last of Us. I bought the PS3 just to play this game. And I thought, this has shot to the top of my list, of course, as you can imagine. It's right up my alley. I absolutely love this game. I haven't played it a second time. I really should, but I just loved it so much. And I haven't played the DLC for it. I'm sure I will at some point. But it's just, wow, this is just such an amazing game. And, you know, it's funny, I bought it and I thought, well, I'm sure there's other, like, PS3 exclusives I'll want to play. And I had wanted to play the Uncharted games. And it turns out I don't like the Uncharted games. Or I don't like what I tried to... you know, I started playing one of them, I think it was 4. Uncharted 4, and I feel the same way about those games as I do about the Assassin's Creed games, where, like, it feels like this, I don't know, open environment, but it's, like, weird. It's like when you're, like, climbing stuff, and I'm terrible at some of these climbing games, you know, you have to go on such a very set path. Like, if you veer away from it, and it's like you've got an entire ledge to cross. You've got an entire ledge to cross, but it only lets you cross right here on the ledge. And I feel like that's what those Uncharted games are like. And it's frustrating as hell to me. And I just, you know, I was trying to, whatever game it was I was playing, you know, I was trying to, like, and there's like a timing element to the whole thing as well, and I just kept going, so I ended up just getting rid of that game, and honestly, this is the only game I've played on the PS3, so this game ended up costing me $300 or whatever I paid for the PS3. I don't know, maybe it was only $250, but to be honest, it was worth it. This game is that good that I don't mind the fact that it is the only game I've ever played on this console. So, I know you're all going to yell at me in the comments probably, but I don't care. And eventually, I do actually have a couple of other PS3 games floating around, which I will probably eventually play, but once I bought the Xbox One, I was like, whatever. So, there's this game. I just, such an amazing story, and I'd love to see them make a movie out of this. It would be incredible, I hope. So, there's that, my one and only PS3 game. Next up, okay, so this, Dead Space. Dead Space, I actually haven't played this yet. I bought it a long time ago. I got it used at, like, probably GameStop or somewhere. And, you know, I started playing it, and then I think at the time, this was several years ago. I bought this several years ago. I think I even owned this at the time I made that other video, but I didn't include it because I hadn't even started playing it at all. And so, of course, the old games came with books. But I think I started playing this game once when I first bought it, and it was too difficult for my game playing expertise at the time. So, I put it away. But I think I'm sure I could play it now. And this one is backwards compatible. So, I actually may put that on my short list for games to play next. I know there's like a whole series of these games, and of course it's the kind of game that should be right up my alley, so I'll play this soon and we'll see what I think of it. Next up is a game that I picked up in the Red Box after it went on sale. So, Deus Ex Mankind Divided. All I have is the disc. Oh, whoops. And I don't think I talked about this game. I don't think I talked about the other Deus Ex game. What was it? Human Revolution? I don't know. I can't remember. Why did I buy this game? I don't really know. I didn't really like the previous game. There was like so much repetitiveness and back and forth movement through that game, and like the main character, whose name escapes me at the moment. Well, I can't remember his name at all now. I just don't like him as a character. He's just like so like, you know what it is? I don't like his voice actor is just like so monotone all the time. wow, it's driving me crazy that I can't remember his name now, but not the actor's name, the character's name. It's like on the tip of my tongue, but so I wasn't crazy about the first game, but I know a lot of people love these games, and I had heard pretty good things about the second game, that they had resolved some of the issues of the first game, but honestly, like, when it comes down to it, I think I just can't get past the voice actor for this character. Oh my god, it's driving me crazy. I can't remember this character's name. So, and I mean, I enjoyed playing. I played it. I enjoyed playing it, but it just didn't leave me with any great feelings about it. And honestly, if they do a third game, I probably won't buy it. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Sometimes I'll tell myself, oh, I'm not going to get it, and then I get caught up in the hype or whatever, and I'll go out and get it, and then I'll be like, oh, why did I buy this game? So that's that one. Next up, Mass Effect Andromeda. In the previous video, I did talk about all three Mass Effect games and how much I particularly love the first game, and the second game I think is pretty great too. Not as good as the first game. I always enjoyed that the most, and that seems to be the case for me. Usually the first game in a series I play is my favorite regardless. So, but Mass Effect Andromeda. Now, Mass Effect 3 I liked. It was a good game. It wasn't as good as the first two, I thought, but I did enjoy it. This game, I don't know, it was okay to play, but it just really was not that great being a Pathfinder. I almost always, like, I've played Mass Effect 1 and 2 a lot, like, especially, yeah, I've played those both like multiple times, and I always start out thinking, oh, on my new run through, I'm going to not be the exact same character that I was the first time around, but I can't help it. I'm always a renegade, and there's like really no, like, I don't know, she's such a goody two-shoes. What is her name? I'm terrible. I can't remember anybody's names in the game. I don't know. All I know is she's not my Commander Shepard. So, and I was like totally fine with this being different characters. I really was, but I don't know. She's just such a goody-goody no matter how you play her. Or, well, and if she's not a goody-goody, she is, and I played the female lead in this game. If she's not a goody-goody, she's like just a total dummy. And you never get that feeling when you were playing Commander Shepard. You were a badass no matter what. And you were a really nice badass, or you were an asshole. And, you know, and I just like really loved playing the Renegade in those original three games, and I was always like nice to my crew, but like to everyone else I was a complete jerk. So in this game it's just I don't know, they're just so namby-pamby, but I did enjoy the worlds and everything else. So, you know, I don't know though, like if they release the next one, I probably won't buy it the week it comes out. I'll sit around and wait for it to be out for a year or two, and then I'll buy it with whatever DLC they decide to release. Although, I don't know, like this game kind of flopped, didn't it? So maybe there won't be another one in this series, or I don't know. I don't really follow video game news, but I don't think there was much in the way of DLC in the first place for this, right? Oh, let's see. Of course, why doesn't it say the characters' names on this, right? Chart your own course in a dangerous new galaxy as the Pathfinder. You will unravel the mysteries of the Andromeda galaxy and lead the search for humanity's new home. I don't know. I mean, it was fun while I played it. I played it all the way through. But, I picked this up super cheap. I started to play it, and I could not get into it at all. So, product register, oh, it's a serial code. I was going to just give you guys whatever code that was. I picked it up pre-owned at GameStop. I don't know, I probably paid like $5 for it. Or $7, maybe. I don't know. No biggie. So, did nothing for me. Fallout 4, yay. So you guys probably know one of my other favorite series is Fallout games. Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, Fallout 4. I really enjoyed, of course, I'm going to say it again, like a broken record. The first game I played was Fallout 3. I still like that one the most. I know a lot of people think I'm crazy for not thinking New Vegas was better. I did enjoy New Vegas, but I just always enjoyed Fallout 3 more. And I really had fun with Fallout 4, and of course, one of the things I liked most about it was being set in Boston. So that was really fun. You guys, I don't know. I mean, if you've never watched my videos before, you might not know. I'm from Boston. I'm living in Boston right now. I'm living with my folks. So, and of course, one of the things I really loved about this game is the settlements thing. Now, I haven't played this in a while, so I don't think I've downloaded any of the mods, because they had just become available after I kind of already stopped playing it and moved on to a different game. I didn't play this for nearly as long as I played Fallout 3, and I haven't played any of the DLC, which I'm sure is available. So, at some point I'll go back to this game after I've sort of played some other games, and maybe I'll show you where, like, I don't know if I could do a video. I think you can record videos now on the Xbox One. I can do a video of some of my settlements. Of course, they're not going to be as advanced as a lot of people, because I haven't really touched the game in quite a while. But, yeah, this is a really fun game. I love the setting. One of the things that made me like Fallout 3 so much more than New Vegas was because I just really preferred the Washington, D.C. setting, and I thought they did a great job on it. The thing with Fallout New Vegas is that, sure, yeah, it had a great storyline and everything, and lots of interesting characters, but it just, I thought, did a terrible job representing Nevada. And I've spent a lot of time in Nevada, and Vegas and everything else, and it did not feel at all like Vegas to me. The way everything was just sort of crammed together on the Strip, I just felt like they could have really done a better job on a lot of that stuff. And just all, like, the other towns and stuff surrounding Las Vegas, like Pahrump, and what was the town with the dinosaur? Good Springs. I did think they did a good job on the Hoover Dam, I visited the Hoover Dam in person many times, so I don't know. That's, I think, a lot of why New Vegas never really grabbed me, is it never felt like, I thought they did a lot of the things in Fallout 4. The way Boston is set up is like, oh, that's not really right at all, but overall I think they did a great job on it. Sort of representing the city and some of the cool things about the city. Alright, so Fallout 4. What are we at now? I'm at 33. Oh, okay. Oh, I'm at 29 minutes, and my other video was a little over 30. Alright, so I guess we've got more to talk about than I thought. So next up, Rise of the Tomb Raider. I really enjoyed this game. I also played the other game. It's on... Is it on my list? Yes, it is on my list of games to talk about. Tomb Raider. I don't know where. I'm pretty sure I had bought, like, a physical version of that game, but I don't know where it is. So maybe I didn't. Maybe I bought it digitally. But Rise of the Tomb Raider, I enjoyed both of these games a lot. They were pretty fun. I don't know, like a lot of the little collections type stuff in this game. I went through the game, I finished it pretty quick, like in a couple of weekends. And I really only play video games on the weekend, and not even every weekend nowadays. But, you know, I really like this character, and I enjoyed the game a lot. And you feel like, even though she's supposed to be Lara Croft in sort of becoming the badass that she was meant to be, you still feel like a badass at the beginning. And that's the kind of game I like to play, is where you feel kind of almost overpowered. And shooting arrows in this game was really easy and fun. In both games, I don't know, it's like these are easy games for me to play. And I love the settings. Like, they're just like really beautiful environments. Oh my god, the death scenes though, like, they're so disgusting. But, you know, they're enjoyable. Like, after a while though, it'd be pretty funny to like die in certain areas over and over again until I figured it out, and just see one gory ass death after another. But, yeah, so I enjoyed both of those. And I don't know, I guess I don't know what I did with the other game. Maybe I never had it. I don't know. Alright. Let's see. Dishonored 2. This is actually what I'm playing right now. So here's the disc. I just took this out of the Xbox One. I've been watching some DVDs, or Blu-rays rather. And actually, I'll do a video about my movies and TV shows, really. I'm on more TV shows than movies now, I think. So, I'll put this in here. Dishonored 2. I played the first Dishonored on the 360, right? And I love that game a lot. And people recommended that game to me in my comments for my first video game video. And I really enjoyed that game. And I got this one pretty recently. I don't know what, I can't remember what I paid for this. I'm playing as a female character right now. I don't know why I can never remember any characters' names. So, I don't, you know, I like it, I'm enjoying it. I'm not really loving it, I think, as much as the first game. I don't know why. But it is fun. I've been trying to stealth my way through most of it, and I'm terrible at stealth. So I'm like really save scumming a lot. Like, I really abuse that quick save feature and then quick reload, because I'm trying to get through the game stealthily without any deaths. But I mean, I've already failed at that, because there was one section of the game where I don't know why I kept getting discovered, and I don't know, I like pulled my gun out and I shot somebody, and then I just ended up like shooting like 20 people in a row, and I actually got an achievement for that. So there's this one whole section of the game where I pretty much killed everyone, and then but I'm still at low chaos, because I guess, I don't know, there must be some sort of trigger for how many people you have to kill in order to get high chaos, because I'm still at low chaos in this game. So I'm right now at the Duke's Castle, so I guess I'm nearing the end of it finally. But I've been playing this, let's see, it's the end of October right now. I've been playing this since at least August, and I really, like I said, I only play video games on the weekend now. And, you know, I just don't have time during the week. By the time I get home from work in rush hour traffic, it like takes me an hour to get home and then prepare dinner and everything else. It's just, I don't like to play video games unless I can devote hours to playing them. So even on the weekend, if I'm like planning on going to a movie or anything of that nature, then I will usually not start playing a game, because I just want to be able to get sucked into that world and keep playing it. So it's taken me a while to get through this, but I'll probably finish it, I would imagine, next weekend. Okay, so this very neat pile is not very neat. Yeah, that's not very effective. Okay, and then last game to talk about that I actually have the disc for is Prey. Oh my god, I love this game so much. It's completely ridiculous. Is that? Oh, so they're both Arcane Studios. Okay. Wow. This game, oh my god. This is such a great game. It's like just completely up my alley anyway. And I bought this only recently, and I finished it so fast because I was like, this is the game I played before I played Dishonored 2. And I probably bought it in July, and I got through it in less than a month. I'm basically playing only in the weekends, and I don't know what my maximum playtime was in this game. It's pretty high because I tend to like explore every nook and cranny, no matter what, even if I've already convinced myself that there's actually nothing to find. And I find, see, that's one of the annoying things about Dishonored 2, is that, like, there's all these cabinets and sinks and all this stuff in the game, and half the time, like, I would say 75% of the time, you open a cabinet, and some of them are a pain to open, like, because you have to, like, just hit the target, like, perfectly, and, there's nothing in them. There's nothing in the cabinets half the time, so it's kind of, and then you can only carry so many things. And one of the things about that's like driving me currently crazy is, I use the crossbow a lot in this game, and you can increase the number of regular arrows that you carry, the ones that actually kill people, but you can only carry so many sleep darts and so many of the other types of arrows, like the stinging arrows and the screaming arrows, or, whatever they're called. I can't remember. But you can only carry like 5 each of those, and you can't increase your carry capacity at all like you can in other games of this nature. So, and then you've opened tons of cabinets and there's nothing in them. Or you go into a room with all those like blood flies floating around, and there's no bottles of stuff that will explode in that room, so you have to use arrows, and you can only have 5 combustion arrows, so that's kind of annoying. But Prey is you can increase your capacity to carry stuff, and I don't, and you can make new stuff. You can make new stuff constantly. I was like crazy. So this is like one of these games. I'm like, pick up every little piece of garbage and trash you can find. It's like the perfect game, like the Fallout games. It's like the perfect game for like picking up trash. If you're a compulsive collector of stuff and turning it into new things. And it's funny, in the Fallout games, I didn't really do a lot of, creating new weapons and stuff like that. I, for the most part, stuck to using, the basic weapons that are in the game. But with Prey, it's like I was constantly looking for scrap to, create new stuff. And then, what did I do? I can't remember now. So, my first run through this game, I saved everybody that I could. I didn't manage to find everybody. I wasn't that completionist about it, but I may be eventually. And I saved everybody in the game, and it basically got like the so-called good ending. And then I replayed sections of it to see what the bad ending looked like. But I'm probably going to go back and on a fresh new run and kill everybody I encounter. But I enjoyed the hell out of this game. And the environment is just so great. And it really, really does remind me a bit of the BioShock games. It gave me the same sensation, I think, and sense of wonder playing it. So really great job on this game, and I'm so glad I have it. Okay, so these are all the games that I have right now. And I mean, I have some other games and sleeves downstairs, but you've already seen them. And then, let's see, what else did I want to talk about that I've played? Okay. Oh, Far Cry 3. So one of the other games that I played in between times that I never talked about was Far Cry 3, which was really fun. I had tried to play Far Cry 2, I think, previously, and that was just seemed brutally hard and difficult for me because of the respawn rates of the enemies, and oh, I never finished it. I never completed it, so I probably sold it or traded it in and bought something else. But at Far Cry 3, they fixed any issues that would have caused me difficulties. And then after I finished Far Cry 3, Blood Dragon came out. I bought that on the Xbox 360, and I enjoyed the hell out of that because Michael Biehn, I love him. And playing as Michael Biehn, being a jerk and just funny, and just everything else about that game was really fun. Alright. So that's it, and honestly, I hope this lived up to your expectations. I know everyone always wanted me to do another video. I will also do a movie or TV show video at some point and go through that stuff as well. But at any rate, thank you very much for being a subscriber. If you are a subscriber, if you're not a subscriber, I would love it if you became one. And if you like this video, click the like button. If this is your first time seeing this video and you haven't seen my other videos, I'm going to link to the other video game collection in the description, so you can check for it there if you want to check that one out as well. But other than that, enjoy the rest of your day.